Your attention, please. Will the owner of a black Tesla, license plates G200YI, please return to your vehicle?
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Del Mar Opening Day 2025. I am Kurt Hoover. I'll be with you throughout the meet here at Del Mar. Picture perfect summer weather, a light breeze coming out the Pacific, and an excellent 10-race card to start things on this Friday afternoon. My guest to kick things off, Ryan Flanders, a.k.a. Benny South Street. Ryan, good to see you. Good to have you back, and looking forward to a good meet.
Can't wait. I'm actually sitting up here. I've got perma-smile. My cheeks are hurting. I've been up here smiling for about 10 minutes straight. It is a beautiful day. We got the music going. Beautiful horses, beautiful people.
Yeah.
What could be better? Opening day at Del Mar.
Where else to be but down here for opening day? 10 races, including the Caesars Sportsbook Oceanside. That's a $100,000 feature race. Ryan, let's dive in. Old school $16,000 claimers. As usual, the first race starts in front of the grandstand. I thought a real competitive race.
I agree. When I made my selections, I thought I was getting a little bit of value with Trusty Rusty. I thought maybe the morning line was a little off. Looks like it is. 5-2 on the board right now. I did think there was an injection of pace in here, both from the inside and outside runners. A lot of times when you get these horses, one drawn inside, one drawn outside, they can speed away. They don't see each other right away, and the pace heats up a little bit. I do think that's what's going to happen, and I wanted to land on a closer. Trusty Rusty last time had a difficult trip, in my opinion. Was 4 wide early, 4-5 wide throughout. They actually crawled in this race. So even though he didn't make up a whole lot of ground in this race and he kind of flattened in the stretch, that was predictable. Ran on just fine, picked off a few runners in the lane. I thought that was a pretty good effort. And then I moved outward for my second choice in Leia's Candy, who's a reclaim for Mr. Knapp. He claimed this horse, and then he did something a little bit different. He sprinted him the last time he had him. He stretches him out this time. This one had a sneaky, tough trip last time as well, or at least the last time that he had him. We're going back to June 7th. We're going to draw a line through that June 28th race. Made up 4 lengths early, pressed 2 runners to his inside. I thought a difficult trip. 6-5 for me in the opener. I sprinkled a little bit on the 2 for Mongolian Max, who I thought had a difficult trip last time. Ryder kind of got caught with his pants down when they ran away, but 5-6-2 for me.
Yeah, I was coin flip between the 5, Trusty Rusty, for all the reasons you talked about, and the 9, Joint Venture. I thought Joint Venture would run well today. He was in tough last time when he was beat. Kent took care of him, just wrapped up on him. He's trained well. Hess goes to Rispoli, and he should get a good trip from his outside box as far as the pace goes. So I went 9-5 in today's opener. On to race 2. We get on the turf for the first time at 8. Go here.
You know, I've got 3 horses here that I think need the lead based on previous trips where one was kept away from horses to try and relax a little bit. I think that horse needs the lead. Drawn to the outside, Targarius, if I'm pronouncing that right. I think that horse is a need the lead as well. And then one other in between, Let Seamus Go. So I've actually got a sneaky horse, I believe, here in Pacific Quest. Pacific Quest was a first-time gelding back on April 6th. 2 sprints on dirt. We're going to draw lines through those. And then last time, second time on turf, the only other time was sprinting on debut. Can't put a whole lot of weight behind that race. ran huge last time on turf. Wide, uncovered, all the way around the track. I do think could potentially fall into a good trip with these other three and should be a big price on the board. Pacific Quest for me.
Yeah, I almost picked Pacific Quest. I put him second, Ryan, for all the reasons you talked about. The Barners always liked the horse. They paid a good deal of money for him. And he won last time at a turf like horses don't win. Those kind of trips usually don't work, right?
Never.
Those horses never win. The fact he overcame that, still won. I think he's figuring things out. I took another price horse on top, the 4 Backdoor Royalty. Looked up his race at Gulfstream Park. That was a very tough race. Next out winner out of there. The winner came back and ran third in the Jersey Derby, ran fourth in a turf stake. Kimura rides. Kimura, my pick to collect this meet. I think he's going to have a huge meet with his agent Brian Beach on top of things. So I like 2 prices too, 4 and 5. I'm with you on Pacific Quest. Race number 3, scratch the 5, Magic Count. 8 go 6 furlongs here.
Oh, okay. My top pick is out. Let's go to number 4, Jaramba. Hopefully he's figuring things out. Gets a nice bump forward out of that non-2-winner lifetime. Makes a lot of sense. I'm 5, 4, 6 in here. Again, the 5 is out, but I couldn't really make heads or tails of this race. These cheap claimers, they're really all not that consistent. I do like the positive move forward for Tim Yaktine. Moving to the outside with Toughness. We're going 2 back to that race. Just kind of ran off and hid for Baffert. Won't surprise, but was aided by a bias that day. So he's the controlling speed in here, in my opinion, which if you don't have Bob Baffert runners and they're clear and jogging, it's not a good thing. So I thought he could win, and then I thought the 8 had an excusable trip last time, and left-hand man who gets a notable drop in class, gets blinkers, but kind of just in bad spots all the way around. I'm willing to draw a line through that. Third time off the layoff for George Papadromo.
Yeah, you and I are seeing the race the same way. I picked Jarama also. I loved his win at Los Alamitos. He exploded. Now, sometimes that form doesn't transfer, but he won at Del Mar last year. I mean, they took a shot, I think, with him for 12.5, got away with it. Now, if you want to claim him, you got to pay the premium of $25,000. I like the same horse. Jarama on top. Toughness, 1 for fun. 2 back was a voided claim that day. Came back in the allowance on the turf, just ran around the track, trained well, drops, and is the horse to beat. 4-6 for me in the 3rd. On to the 4th. Good turf sprint here. Take out the 5, 12, and 13. What do we do here?
Well, the first thing I wrote in here was that the 5 and 10 were going to get acquainted early. 5 is scratched. Peter Miller's got 2 horses in here, and one of them I thought was potentially a rabbit. I think this horse gets loose now in Itzel. So we'll see. It's hard to predict pace in these races with all these horses cutting back in distance. These 5/8 turf races, they're specialty distances.
They're much different than Santa Anita turf sprints. Only thing in common are on the grass.
Yes,
that's
it. Different kind of grass, too. But
yeah.
So we'll see what happens up front. I wanted to land on a stalker drawn down inside. We've got 2 extremely capable turf jockeys, Juan Hernandez, Hector Barrios drawn inside. I did land on Tejon Pass, number 3. Go back to that race on August 17th last year. Boss Sully won that race. Boss Sully is an absolute turf monster. Has banked over $340,000, a turf specialist, usually 5/8 on turf. Just ran, got beat like a half a length in the Grade 2 turf sprint at Churchill Downs. So that's a legitimate race. And actually, when I see Justifies, I actually like when they cut back in distance. Statistically speaking, they're 16% on turf sprints, and they're only 12% routes. So Tejon Pass for me, better days are coming. Just seems sharp right now. That last race, I thought was really good and should work out a nice trip. John Sadler took this thing. He cut him back in distance, and he jogged with a big speed figure. And that actually, that second place horse, Agency, came back and validated that race with a big Beyer speed figure. 3-2 for me.
Yeah, good race. It's one of my best price plays of the day. I like Itzel a lot. She's a mare facing the boys. First of all, in turf sprints, that doesn't really matter to me much at all. Second, if you look way back, she ran second to the boys back in May of 2023. She was second behind Mas Rapido, who at the time was a very sharp horse. So I don't care mare against the boys. To me, what I like, Ryan, it's one of my favorite class drops on the circuit. The non-winners 2 and the non-winners other than with the claiming price. Because this mare won this condition over a year ago. Faced a good horse at Oaklawn, faced good horses last fall. I like the rider. He had a good meet here last summer and last fall, Vincent Chimeno. So I'm going to the 10, Itzel. For second, Tahoma off the layoff for Doug O'Neill. Big win first out of the box. And, yeah, the horse ran bad on the turf, but the horse went wrong in that race. The turf pedigree is there. The Dams had 3 turf winners. Very good work tab. So 10-8 for me. Itzel, one of my best price plays of the day. All right, pick 6 time. Ryan, we're dollar pick 6 here at this meet at Del Mar. And we begin it with maidens here, going 6 and a hook.
Man, I'll be looking at the tote board. I know that much.
Yeah.
First leg of the pick 6. I landed on the 8 Ballyhooligan. I thought one of the more logical runners was going to win in here, either him or the Bob Baffert drawn down inside. Those inside turf, posts on dirt, they're difficult. Ballyhooligan, from what I hear, is just working a hole in the wind. So I'm probably going to single him. If I think one of the more logicals is going to win, I don't want to use 2, spend more money, and get either of them. So I'll single here.
I went the same way. I went to Ballyhooligan on top. The Dam retired a maiden. She's had 2 winners, both cheap winners. They paid a decent amount for this horse with that pedigree, and I like the work tab. So I went to Ballyhooligan. By the way, David Cohen is back in Southern California. He won a race at Los Al. He rode some horses there, so see how he does here. And then the other Glatt Vasa I thought ran pretty well in the debut. Galloped out nice. The runner-up Sierra Silver came back to air next time out. One interesting horse, I don't know anything about the workouts, Infinite Spirit, owned and bred by Dr. Allred, who obviously owns Los Alamitos. That damn Celestial Bean, Ryan, has had 12 winners, 6 quarter horse winners, and 6 thoroughbred winners, and 2 debut winners. No world beaters, but an exceptionally productive mare for Dr.
That's
Allred. Incredible. 6 quarter horses and 6 thoroughbreds. So Francisco Ramirez rides for James Glenn, who trains for Dr. Allred. Either or, maybe can run, who knows. But I'm going to go 8-4 in race 5. On to race 6, the old-timer Maltese Falcon is out. We're on the turf again in this one.
This race is absolutely wide open,
Difficult
in my
race.
opinion. I upgraded, like 6 or 7 of these horses based on their last trip. Difficult trips. I do think Sarwar has a good swing down inside for Leonard Powell and Diego Herrera, who I love. I think is very underrated. Sarwar is 3 for 4 over the turf course. I don't see a whole lot of speed in here. I think should be forwardly placed. I wanted to find a stalker in here because the most logical leader is Genius Jimmy, who I thought had a perfect trip last time. Barely got to the wire first. Cuts back a little bit in distance, but I think they're going to catch him today, and I wanted one of those first responders. Sorwar was one of them, as would be Elwood Blues to the number 10, drawn to the outside. That Dam, Bling is my thing, is turf router, so I'm expecting this one to actually move up routing. Should be forwardly placed. I think stalking on the outside, which I'm not really fond of unless they're going slow, which I think they will be. So 2-10 for me in the first leg of the pick 5.
Yeah, I almost picked Sauer. I picked him second for all the reasons you talked about, and he loves this course. 3 for 4 at Delmar. I think this is his right distance. He's in for the optional 80. He's getting a great stalking trip. I picked him second. I ended up picking Ion Rye for Ron Ellis, who also likes this course and also runs well fresh. Having watched all this horses race in California, this horse does not like being inside. I think the outside post and Mike Smith is really going to help. If I'm reading the situation right, Mike's going to keep him out in the clear, make that big sweeping move, and hopefully go on with it. He's trained well for Ron Ellis also, so 11-2 for me in race number 6. On to the 7th. Ryan, we kick off the late pick 4 here. Scratch the 7, scratch the 11, 12, 13, 14. What do we do in this one?
These babies, I like to focus in and hopefully find somebody that I like that's running for the second time. They tend to show huge improvement in start number 2. Drew Liner fits that bill for me. It was 10-1 morning line last time, went off at 11-1, which actually for Craig Lewis, you could say this horse got bet a little bit.
Yeah.
Came absolutely rolling late. He almost always has his horses move up in start number 2. I think he figured things out down the lane, was off terribly slow, and just flew home. He's going to be my top pick. Kara Rose on debut. I'm sure you watched this replay. Was right up near the lead, was just about a length off of the lead, got discouraged, lost about 3 lengths, and then a horse came roaring past and got discouraged again. This horse went from less than a length from the lead to suddenly 10 lengths behind. Flew down the lane, only got beat a length on debut. Last time, ran against open competition on turf. Not beaten badly at all. Ran
and that's
third.
A big drop, the Open to the Caliber.
Oh, it's a big deal. So that turf race is actually quite good as well. A nice jockey switch, in my opinion, from Anton Georgi to Fresu. I'm going to make it 5-8, sprinkle a little bit on the 4. Knicks go. Sometimes you get these horses that are, they're almost like Kentucky breds. The Dam, Vision of Justice, 2 foals to win from 2 starters. I like both of those winners. One was first out winner, the other was a second time out winner. So for some precocity for Mustang Nicky as well.
Yeah, I've been waiting for horse to run back. I still write down my horse to watch an old school notebook, a little binder I keep at home. And Craig Lewis's Drew Liner was one I've been waiting for this horse to come back. Same everything you said. Horse broke terrible.
Yeah.
Then Kyle Frey just kind of let the horse run in behind horses. The horse was rolling late.
Yeah.
And according to the workout report, says broke from the gate a lot better since the debut. So I'm with you. I like Drew Liner a lot, one of my best bets on the card. You touched on the pedigree of Mustang Nicky. I'm with you on Nick's go as a stallion. The Dam also was a debut winner. She won her debut at Ellis Park. And then one of the offspring was 25-1 winner at Churchill Downs. So there's precocity all over the place there. 5-4 for me in race 7. 8th race is the Caesars Sportsbook Oceanside Stakes. Field of 10 set to go. Ironman Cal, the morning line favorite.
He's going to be tough to beat. I'm going to take a shot at him with Lyle the Crocodile. And this is a trips play for me. Lyle the Crocodile was just in behind horses, just kind of getting an okay trip early. Had to switch out off of heels, got fanned into that first turn and just settled in a wide position. And then this rider, Hector Barrios, just decided, I don't want to be out here. So he just cleared off down the backstretch. He wasn't keyed up or anything. He just didn't like that 3-wide position. I don't blame him. It never wins. So he kind of cleared off down the backstretch. And then what is usually a thoughtful ride, kind of tried to flee the pack in the far turn. So from that early move to clear off to trying to leave the pack, it was almost like this just extended, exacerbated move. And he didn't sustain that move. It wasn't surprising that he got a little bit late. I think he can rate. I know that. He did it early just before switching off of heels. So 4-3 for me. Ironman Cal, nothing bad to say about him. These guys love to win races here, too, so I think he's live.
Yeah, I thought he was an absolute standout here, Ryan.
Okay.
I was trying to make a case for somebody else. I just couldn't do it. Not only does he run well down here against really good horses, including Henri Matisse in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf, if you look up the chart of the American Turf, you talk about a killer race.
Yeah.
So the winner has lost once. The runner-up won the Belmont Derby. 2 horses who got dust that came back to air. I just think he's better than these horses. He should get a good trip, and to me, he's a pick 6 single and a standout in today's feature race. Okay, the 9th race, we scratched the 7 Case Hit. Another good race, first half of the late double. How do you sort this one out, Ryan?
I almost never bet on horses that I think had good trips the time before because they're usually just over bet. There's no value in them. But I do think Panuco stands a chance here. We've got a non-winner 1 state-bred race. He's a 3-time lifetime winner. He's coming out of an open race. The 25s, I think, is a better race. It doesn't stack up in terms of the speed figures. I don't really care. To me, this is actually looks like a drop in class to me. He's drawn outside. He should work out a good trip again. I think he's a huge price on the board. If I'm not mistaken, he's like 20-1. 20 to 1's enough for me. I don't think we'll get that, but we can hope and pray. And then I moved a little bit inward for number 9, Titanic Thompson, who I thought had a rough trip last time. He was off a little bit slow. He had to be corrected. He lost the length.
And he is well named. He is a big horse. That's
is he?
Yeah, he's
okay,
a
that makes
big
sense.
horse.
Could have named. Why did my mom name me that? Titanic Ryan. But yeah, I thought had a tough trip last time. He was gaining. He met traffic. He had to idle a little bit. I had to watch this replay multiple times because it's a very congested field, and he made his way through the pack okay and was finishing with interest late. So I think he'll be a big price as well. 11-9 for me in what is a very contentious, I think, wide-open betting race.
I agree. I'm taking a price shot, too. If you were a child of the 70s like I was, you had a lot of ding-dongs in your school lunch. No more ding-dongs, out of no more Twinkies. Twinkies so-so, ding-dongs thumbs up. I thought this horse ran exceptionally well at Los Alamitos. This horse broke his maiden at Del Mar, went to the sidelines, came back at Los Al, drew the rail. And, Ryan, I've seen every race run in the afternoon in the 10 years they've been racing at Los Alamitos, and this happens sometimes. These horses who haven't been there, they get lost down in the inside. Yeah. They kind of lose their action, and I think that's what happened to this horse. Once Kyle Frey got him free running, exploded the last eighth of a mile. Plus, the winner, Hot Box, is a multiple winner horse that Kristen Mulhall had originally, who's won a lot of races. He's a real horse, I say, for that level. So I went to no more ding-dongs on top. I thought the GM ran a winning race. Even though he was the beaten favorite, he ran well. He hadn't been out in 6 months. So I'm 1-4. Also thought Titanic Thompson had a look. Thought Let Me In had a look. But let's go to the 15-1 shot. No more ding-dongs on top. All right, 10th and final. The Alsos did not get in. This is not a good meet for Alsos. 12 go post road, a mile on the turf. How do we close things out, Ryan?
Well, I got a funny story here.
Okay.
You ever get those buddies that they just call you all the time and they're like, give me a horse, give me a horse. And
yeah, and I don't answer the phone. I don't go to voicemail.
You can't get rid of them, right? Yeah. So I got a buddy like that. He's always asking me for a horse. I want to buy these. I don't know. He's got some collectible cards or something, and he's always asking me for a horse. So I gave him a horse today. This is what I'm going to call my eBay bet of the day, Lady Chick. number 6. So he's actually selling a ton of stuff on eBay today. He's going to load up, bet it all on this horse. This horse had an absolutely miserable trip last time, was 3 wide, pressing the pace all the way around the track. On turf, it's totally exacerbated. It's much worse on turf than it is for dirt. This horse left the pack in the lane, got run over by a nice,
nice
winner right on the wire, and then Lady Chic actually galloped out huge after the race. So Longer, I think, is going to be better. I think can control the pace up front. Rispoli rides 5-1 morning line. I think we're not getting that.
No, we're not.
We might get 2. But I'll take 2 because I think he's going to bet probably $1,000 or $1,500.
Ryan, I'm with you. I love Lady Chic. There's 3 horses I like a lot today. Estelle, the Craig Lewis made, and this horse. You can see my notes. Big gallop out, ran super. The horse ran unbelievable. And even though it looks like she was stopping, she wasn't.
Yeah.
The horse that got her was the first timer, Mike Pipes, who was miles the best, who got left and still won. On the gallop out, she rebroke.
Yes.
Plus, her dam was second in the Santa Anita Oaks. I mean, everything to me points to a winning effort today. Hope to get maybe 3-1, but maybe I'm begging for that. The other horse I was afraid of, American Privilege, with a real nice pedigree, gets Lasix and a good work tab. But, Ryan, one thing I know now from doing this seminar, you and I are either both going to win today or both lose because we got a lot of similar opinions on price horses.
That's what happens with trip handicapping, right? You get 2 guys that they're looking at the same race.
Ryan,
land on a lot of good ones.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Good to see you again. Good luck on opening day, and we'll see you back soon.
Same to you.
Thanks to all of you for watching. It's opening day at Del Mar, about 34 minutes away from post time. We'll see you all in the paddock at about 15.